I don't know if you've noticed, but isn't it interesting how your life always seems to circle back to you? My life always seems to circle back to me. My days are to do with me. Your days, your weeks, your weekends are to do with you, aren't they? They're to do with you at the centre. My life so often seems to be to do with me at the centre of my life, me in charge, me doing my life for me. Even our most altruistic actions always seem to kind of circle back to me somehow. It's really mysterious why that happens. But there you go, that's what seems to happen. And following on from the journey that we've been through in this series, what we come to is something really quite unusual and unexpected. What we discover after we've been practicing and hearing the teachings and trying to put them into practice is that we discover that they're not to do with us. Well, maybe that would be, maybe let me rephrase that. The teachings are to do with us, but what we realize is that they're not specifically for us. As you practice meditation, as you practice studying the Dharma, as you practice rituals in the way that I've been talking about, what you start to see is that, well, yes, you are trying to change as an individual, you are trying to grow your own mind, of course, and you are trying to overcome your own limitations. But also there's a bigger perspective, and what you start to see is that the practice that you're making isn't solely for you. It's not something that you get like an exchange. It's not something like it's not like you'll get your money back, as it were, in that sense. What you see when you do Buddhist practice is that it's for something much, much bigger. What you do as you start to unravel the habits of your mind is discover that life isn't to do with you, not in the way that you thought it was. Life is much, much bigger than you, and the perspectives of your life usually keep you trapped, as it were, within the circumference of yourself. What you do when you practice the teachings of the Buddha is remove the veil or remove the boundary of yourself so that you feel freer, you feel more expansive, but life itself isn't orientated around yourself. You don't keep turning back towards yourself. And in this last phase of the puja, after we've asked for a teaching and put it into practice, what we do is we give it all away. Any benefits that we've gained through practice, it's called merit, any merit that we've accrued through our meditation practice, through our practice of ethics, through trying to change our mind, we give that away for the benefit of everyone. What we're doing is developing an attitude that doesn't solely take from life. We're not interested in just taking from life for our own benefit. The teaching of the Buddha isn't to do with getting things and taking things for our own benefit. We will benefit, of course, but the real fruits of our actions can be given away freely, can be given for the benefit of life itself, if you like, rather than for our own life. So what we're doing in this last stage is just, as it were, a kind of a final letting go of all of those limiting habits of mind, all of those reactive tendencies, and sort of letting go of all that, but even letting go of all the positive aspects of our lives so that they can be kind of given, as it were, back to life itself, back to all of life, wherever it manifests, so that we're not no longer limited by the negative, painful aspects of our life, but neither do we get attached to the positive, happy, growthful aspects of our lives. Nothing in the end returns to just ourselves. We're free of that conditioning, and we're able to respond completely, vibrantly and freely to whatever life manifests through us.